Hello team, I want to show you a quick new template we've just added to our Drive templates that I think you're going to love. Go to drive.google.com, just drive.google.com. Make sure you're logged in with your OneBlue account, otherwise this doesn't work. On the left hand side, we're going to find the big new button. We're going to slide down to Google Sheets. We're going to click on the right arrow and we're going to go from a template. So we're going to click from a template. And right here, we have the seller estimated net sheet. Click on it. Okay, so here is our seller's net sheet. Going in to speak with the seller ahead of time, you want to try to get a net sheet ready to go. Clearly, you've already done your strategic pricing analysis for the property. You've got your presentation ready to go. You come in here and write in the seller's name. So Mickey Mouse. The property address is 123 Disney Way at Disney World, Florida, 32111. We're anticipating that, if we get this house under contract, we know we can probably, we get it listed. We know that we can probably get this, under contract within a couple weeks. So let's just go 60 days out from wherever we're at. So for illustration purposes, I'm going to go ahead and put this at the end of February of 2019. Now, we think that we can list the property at X. We know the seller's probably going to want X plus something. So what I recommend is in this first column here, what do you feel in your heart, in your gut, this home is going to sell for? So let's say I think it's going to go for $250,000. What I'll do is I'm going to mark that up by about 5% on the high side, right? So I'm going to mark it up. That way I give a range here. So that's going to be, just say we're going to add another 10,000 for giggles. And it's a little bit less than 5%, but we're going to go with it. All right, so now we have all of our closing items. And I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to make my screen just a little bit bigger so that it's easier for you to see. So the first thing we have that's a seller expense is the recording of the deed. Based on the purchase price, it automatically calculates that in there. The title insurance calculates that in there. We have the title service fee charged by the title company. So this is if First American is closing the deal. Title search fee. Again, First American's fees are built in here and the municipal lien search. The commission. Hopefully, you're not going below 6%. Hopefully, you are proving your value and showing the consumer what you can do for them to maximize your ability to make your money, right? We don't go to the doctor and tell them we're not going to pay him what he's worth. We don't expect our customers to do the same thing. But if you had a 7% or if you have a 6.5%, it'll automatically calculate that out for you. The brokerage fee, so this is the transaction fee, so whatever you want to charge. $9.95 is the max. $4.95, you can put that in there. Estoppel fee. So I would go ahead and put $500 in here if you don't know what the estoppel fee is going to be for the HOA. That's going to be kind of in the middle of the road, right? And this is an estimated cost analysis. We're not giving them actual hardcore numbers. The mortgage recording, mortgage satisfaction recording, $25 if there is a mortgage that they're paying off. Property taxes annual. What I want you to do is go to Realist and add up the total of their property taxes, both their ad valorem and non-ad valorem taxes, and place it in here. This calculates out the prorated taxes based on the closing date. All right, so that's how much they're going to have to give the buyer based on a February 28th closing. And then if there's anything else, if you're revisiting the seller net sheet once you have an offer, and they have requested repairs, or maybe they want a home warranty paid for by the seller, the buyer does. This is where you can put those additional costs, and we even have this extra line built in here for you to put in whatever you want. So based on our two numbers, we're estimating that the cost here, the net or total cost of the expenses estimated for the offer that was at $250 is going to be $20,192. We're looking at $20,912 here. So there's our difference in what we're getting, right? So the first offer will net the seller about $229,800. The higher number, if that's what they want, $239 in their pocket. So now we come down to the mortgage section. Let's just say they have a loan with Equity Prime mortgage that needs to get paid off, and that payoff is $187. We're going to pop that in there. That stays the same regardless. So now we can show what we estimate the total proceeds the seller is going to receive from the sale. So from a $250,000 potential offer, they will net about $42,808. From a $260,000 offer, they'll net about $52,000. So this works great. You just come down here and put your information, Kevin Johnson, and I'm going to put my cell phone in here. And boom, you're done. You have it completely filled out. All you have to do is hit the print, and it'll print right out. We already have it pre-formatted for you. You can print it and take it with you with your listing appointment. I'd also recommend, if we're following the system, go ahead and sending this as part of your pre-listing packet, along with the strategic pricing analysis, your references, the pre-listing presentation, and that way you're ready to go. All right, so that's one thing. One more thing I do want to point out is, let's just say this mortgage was $240,000. I want to show you what the spreadsheet does. Whoops, we now know that this is going to, they're going to have to bring cash to the closing table. So if we have a red cell there for the net proceeds on a $260,000 offer, they're going to have to bring $900 to the closing table. Over here, they'll have to bring $10,192. And folks, let's just keep it real. The thing that matters most is what these numbers are, not what your commission is, that number. So that is why I ask a very important question of sellers. What do you need to net from this sale? Not what do you want to list your property at. I ask them first, what do they want to net? Because that's going to tell me a lot. All right, I hope you've learned something great from today, and that you'll be able to take this seller estimated expense sheet and put it to work for you at your next listing presentation.